Hello everyone and welcome back once again to DCS. Today we're going to be taking a look at the revised startup procedure for the F-16 Fighting Falcon, also known as the Viper. We've got a beautiful 176th fighter wing library, more specifically the 115th fighter wing based out of Madison, Wisconsin, my hometown of several years ago, but there's not actually a whole lot for the revised startup procedure, so if you're fairly familiar with my previous video on the startup of the F-16, this should not be a whole lot different. We'll get into what's different when we get there, but anyway, let's get started here. So we're obviously in a cold and dark F-16. First thing is you are going to come over to the main power just like you did before. Start that up. Come to your JFS 2. Start that up. Now, this is where the different portion comes in. Before, you were good to start the engine when this green run light illuminated, just like that. That's not the case right now. If you were to move the engine into the start position before your RPM reaches 20%, you would get a hung start or a hot start. They said hung start. I want to say it's a hot start. I didn't watch the F-tit when I tried it before, but I would imagine it's a hot start, but we'll say hung start just to stay proper. And you'd have to either repair or get a new airplane. So that's the one difference. Everything else is completely the same, but since we're here, we'll go ahead and finish the startup. So we've just passed through 60% on our N2. So we're going to come over to the right-hand panel, and we're going to get all of these switches on. And I'm going to use the stored heading mode for our alignment. Next up is our radar altimeter, our flight control radar, and cheek pods if applicable. We don't have cheek pods today. Adjust your lighting as needed. It's a little bit dark here, so I'm going to go ahead and light up our cockpit just a bit. Bring down our DED display. Turn on our HUD and adjust our brightness as needed. There is a fire over there. That's okay. Uncage and level our standby attitude indicator. Will clear the master caution. And then we're going to come over to this side here. Turn our IFF master to normal. Set our external lights as needed. And then while we wait for our INS to finish aligning, you'll see a line flashing here. I'm going to mess with some of my countermeasures. This is obviously per your liking. This is just usually how I set them up. But it's what I do while oh, actually, before we do that, we should probably turn on our dispenser. So I'll go to semi, turn on our RWR and our jammer. Then we will come over to here and set up our countermeasures as needed. There we go. And then we're going to go back to our INS align page and wait for alignment. I'm going to set my fuel selector to wing. And you can see we're flashing there as well as a ready indicator flashing here. So we'll come back to our INS panel and set our knob to nav. And that is pretty much it. You can go ahead, arm your ejection seat if you need, turn on your HEMIX if you'd like. I'm going to turn on our taxi lights, and we're going to power out of here. Turn on our nose wheel steering. And that's that. That's the F-16 startup. Still a very easy process. Just keep in mind that 20% that you do need when starting up. That's the biggest thing. And stay on your center line when taxiing is another. But that's going to do it for this quick startup video on the F-16. I hope to see you guys in another video soon. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, take it easy.